Every pilot makes mistakes. If they say they don't, they're lying. I've put a few of mine on this channel and it's helped me learn and hold myself accountable. Other pilots have told me it's been helpful for them too. In this video, you'll see one of the biggest VFR mistakes I've made since getting my certificate. After this flight, part of me tried to play it off as a simple slip-up, but I did some honest self-reflection and found an underlying issue. It's something I've been thinking about for a long time and something I rarely hear pilots talk about. And I think it's worth bringing attention to. I've been reluctant to post this video because admitting your mistakes is hard, but ultimately I decided that this was a valuable lesson for me and too important not to share with you guys. So this happened on our awesome annual Flying Monkey whale watching trip to Baja, Mexico. This trip is always a highlight of my year. This time we had about 8 planes departing early from the US and flying way down the Baja Peninsula to Loreto, Mexico. Over the weekend, we usually fly across the peninsula to a dirt strip and go out on a whale watching adventure. Some of the best VFR flying, pilot camaraderie, and amazing local tacos make this a truly special weekend. We started the day by flying down to Imperial, California near the Mexican border to rendezvous with other pilots before taking off for the border.
Imperial traffic, November 631, Bravo Whiskey, taking runway 32. We're going to do a right downwind departure after flying 1.5 miles on the runway center line to the north. Imperial.
Imperial is super close to the Mexican border, so it was just a few minutes until we needed to contact Mexican ATC.
We'll see you guys in San Felipe.
Mexicali approach, November 631, Bravo Whiskey. We departed Imperial Airport. Our destination is San Felipe. We're 4,300 feet, climbing 7,500 feet, and we're crossing the border about 1 mile east of Calexico Airport.
Number 631, Bravo Whiskey, Roger, altimeter 3000, and report 50 miles out of Mexicali.
3000, we'll report 50 miles out of Mexicali. 1 Bravo Whiskey. We've just crossed the border into Mexico.
As a side note, flying to Mexico is some of the best and most rewarding flying I've done, and it's totally doable for just about any pilot in any airplane. I love it so much, I created the most thorough resource on how to fly to Mexico, available anywhere. My full course covers every detail, including document prep, immigration manifests, and in-cockpit examples of every single step of the process. If you want to get the free checklist of simple requirements to see how accessible it really is, just check out howtoflytomexico.com. For this trip, we were landing to clear immigration at San Felipe. San Felipe was the first Mexican airport I ever landed at, and I had flown there many times since, so the approach and airport were really familiar. One unique thing I learned about San Felipe is the control tower is advisory only, meaning that the tower doesn't actually control or separate the traffic or clear an airplane to land. They simply advise of the winds, suggested runway, and traffic observed in the area. It's sort of a beefed up Unicom situation. San Felipe is a simple airport, 1 runway out in the coastal desert environment, no obstacles, and plenty of places to land if things go wrong. It can get windy, but the single runway is long and wide. Even though this is about as simple an airport as you can get, I still screwed it up. Before we get to that, I want to share with you something that makes my life simpler and easier, and that's the sponsor of this video, Good Chop. I was shocked when I recently went to the grocery store and noticed the fish I was going to buy came from China. It's one of the reasons I appreciate Good Chop. They deliver high quality American meat and seafood straight to my door. Everything is American sourced from family farms and fisheries here in the US. They remove the guesswork of the limited hit or miss grocery store selection by delivering vacuum sealed cuts frozen at peak freshness. Our freezer stays stocked, and we can cook when we want. In this box, I got wild-caught salmon, cod, chicken breast, ground beef, and these steaks. And the quality is restaurant level. I made air-fried cod and air-fryer French fries. I love having all of this on hand and not having to scramble to the grocery store. They source the good stuff and have a 100% money-back guarantee, so definitely go to goodchop.com/YouTube and use the code 50monkey or click the link in the description to get $50 off plus free shipping on your first order. That's goodchop.com/YouTube with code 50monkey for 50% off plus free shipping on your first order. Okay, so we were nearing San Felipe Airport in beautiful VFR weather with clear skies. We were on comms with San Felipe's advisory tower.
San Felipe Tower, November 631, Bravo Whiskey, we departed Imperial Airport. We're 50 miles north of the airport with 4 people on board.
November 621, Bravo Whiskey, runway use 13, when estimate coming from 060. 5 knots, altimeter 29.96. Report 5 miles.
29.96, we'll expect runway 13, and we'll report 5 miles. 631 Bravo Whiskey.
Is it the dark section out there, or is it the more sandy section a little bit further along? That seems to be at the right angle.
For the fuel, ask in the administration.
Oh, it's farther that way.
The sandy color that's like that, right?
If
Yeah,
you need
okay.
fuel, you have to ask in the administration.
They are busy today.
Here at November 257, Charlie Delta's a 5 mile straight in, runway 13.
The center of this left downwind from, that way. San Felipe, November 631, Bravo Whiskey is 5 miles northwest of the airport, inbound for landing.
Bravo Whiskey, last wind estimate coming from 070 in this moment, 6 knots.
Thank you. Again, this is an advisory tower only, so they don't clear us to land, but he gave us a little info on the winds. We're going to enter the left 45, the left downwind for runway 13. All right, 2 left turns, you guys, and then we'll be on the ground.
Okay, thank you.
1-3 or 3-1?
Runway. Oh, yeah, you're right.
What?
Oh, I messed that up, huh?
It's fine.
Okay. I got all confused there.
In case you missed it, I'd been making radio calls that I was going to enter a left downwind for runway 13, but I was flying on the other side of the airport into a left downwind for 31. I was basically flying the wrong way, and I was going to land the wrong direction.
I had to zoom in to check.
So I think we'll just turn around here.
Okay.
Luckily, there was little to no other traffic at this airport, but this kind of mistake at a busy airport could have drastic consequences.
Oh, wow, that's a major mistake.
So I've been determined to get to the root cause of how this happened.
Caution.
All right, we're just
Terrain.
turning around. Idiot. Oh yeah, I messed that one up. All right, 1-3, there we go.
Everyone makes mistakes, but how could I screw something up that's so basic after logging over 1,200 hours, mostly in busy and complicated airspace? I pride myself on being prepared, flying accurately, and observing correct traffic pattern procedures and communications. In aviation, mistakes, incidents, and accidents are usually a chain of events or a combination of factors. And I think in this case that's true, with the last big underlying factor being one that's kind of hard to admit and something pilots rarely talk about. First, because I'd almost always landed on runway 31 when flying to San Felipe, that's what I was expecting. So I was just so used to landing in that direction. This is called confirmation bias, and it meant that I had a predetermined expectation in my mind. Pilots can subconsciously interpret or prioritize information that supports their existing beliefs or desires while ignoring contradictory evidence. And I think that's partially what happened. The similarity of the numbers 1-3 and 3-1 didn't help much either. But let's rewind to the very beginning of this flight, because thinking back on it, there were clues of something bigger along the way. While pre-flighting the plane, I missed one of the cowl latches not being totally secure. My co-pilot actually noticed and pointed it out. Again, something simple I overlooked. Not of huge consequence, but a small canary in the coal mine. And this radio call from another pilot in our group that was ahead of me.
They are busy today.
Here at November 257, Charlie Delta's a 5 mile straight in, runway 13.
He's clearly saying he's going to land straight in. And I know he's coming from the north, same as me. He's part of our group. I just wasn't dialed in and paying attention to the details. More evidence of an underlying issue. I mentioned we got an early start on this group trip. Between flight times, clearing immigration and fueling, coordinating all the pilots, we're always on a schedule to arrive in Laredo before airport close. And our rendezvous required an early start to the day. Truth is, it was a really early start. And I had a late night the night before. And actually, more than just a late night, a busy week of work. See, I was actually in Atlanta shooting a commercial the day before the flight. After a week of work scouting and prepping the commercial, we had a long shoot day. Right after that shoot, I hurried to the airport and caught a late flight back to LA. I got in really late, quickly repacked for Mexico, went to bed, and woke up really early. Fatigue in aviation is something I don't hear a lot of pilots talk about. I think that's because generally we're all the achievers, the ones who overcome all obstacles to reach goals. I mean, just getting a pilot certificate requires determination to not let so many things get in your way. We're usually very independent-minded and self-reliant. We like to be in control, and we're mission-oriented. We often think we can overcome just about anything to reach our goals, so we bring it in on willpower. And fatigue is one of those things that isn't actually apparent. It's possible to be fatigued without feeling tired. While being tired may result from one night of too little sleep, the cumulative effect of sleep loss and circadian disruption can result in fatigue. This can lead to impairment of cognitive abilities, reaction time, and judgment. And like I said, you can be fatigued without feeling tired in the moment. That's why it's so tricky and so insidious. On the day of this flight, I actually felt great, but looking back, I think the reason I was missing some small details like the cowling latch and the bigger detail of the runway direction was that I wasn't performing at 100%, due to a long week of work and multiple nights of less than adequate sleep. To me, it really seemed like I was feeling up for the task. I didn't feel particularly tired or worn out, but looking back, I can tell I wasn't flying my best. So what am I doing about this in the future, and what can you do? I recently published a video about night flying in which we flew home late at night after a concert. For that flight, I recognized the potential fatigue issues, and in the week and a half leading up to it, I made sure to get plenty of rest and shift my sleep schedule so I'd be in a rhythm of functioning well late at night. Before any flight, I've started thinking about my work and sleep history not only in the day or two before a flight, but several days and weeks preceding the flight. I've been making an effort to think about not just how I'm feeling in the moment before a flight, but to consider the cumulative effects of a longer period before the flight. And I got an Apple Watch to monitor sleep and track health markers. I'm hoping this can make a difference for me in preventing mistakes. I'd love to hear your experiences with fatigue and what you do to recognize and mitigate it, so comment below. I've also put some FAA resources about fatigue in the video description, so be sure to check those out. Thanks for coming along on the journey with me. So I've been using windy.com as a supplement to my official briefings for the last couple years, and it's really leveled up my flying adventures. With the visual weather tools on the Windy website, I'm able to get a better idea of some go, no-go decisions and plan my routes strategically farther ahead of time. Being able to see cloud layers, cloud tops, freezing levels, winds aloft, the Cape Index, and so much more useful information helps me visualize the weather in the days and hours leading up to the flight. But poking around Windy really isn't enough, which is why I put this detailed course together to help you harness the power of Windy by understanding exactly what you're looking at. I really recommend properly learning this tool for every pilot because it's a game changer for trip and flight planning. So feel free to check out my video course at levelupyourweather.com. This course is brand new, and the first 100 signups with code MONKEY100 will get 15% off.